Hello, everyone. So the Sahara Reporter has this breaking. Abia Governor Otti admits awarding multi-million naira contract to friend who donated buses for his campaign. Says government lawyers not as qualified. I totally understand that, a lot of people, like, if you really want something to work, if you are in government or whatever, and you really want something to be done, you usually need to go and get people from the outside to come and do the work, because most times the people that are inside there don't have the requisite experience or the knowledge or the qualification to be able to do a very good job. That is totally understandable. But where it becomes a bit tricky, it's when it's your friend who had donated buses. So it's something, almost something like quid pro quo. Do something for you, I do something for you, which is usually what when they're talking about corruption or conflict of interest or something not being right. That is usually what happens. It's like, for example, okay, there's a job that needs to be out there, and then I have a son who can do it. I'll now just put my son and say, okay, he's qualified, even though he's qualified to do it, even though, yes, as a Nigeria he has a right to do. But there's that thing when it comes to ethics, where it's like, it's not morally just for you to give that thing to for me to give that thing to my child, my son, when it should be out there. There are a whole lot of people doing it out there. But let me come into what Sahara Reporters has reported here. And it says Sahara Reporters had exclusively reported how the state government under Otti paid the firm for what was described as a negotiation and review of a single road contract. Abia state government has admitted awarding millions of naira contract to a law firm, Ken Ahia, San and Associates, owned by Governor Alex Otti's political ally and friend, Mr. Kenneth Ahia, a senior advocate of Nigeria. Sahara Reporters had exclusively reported how the state government under Otti paid the firm for what was described as negotiation and review of single road contracts. The fee was presented as discounted professional fees. Documents obtained by Sahara Reporters dated October 5, 2023 showed correspondence between the Abia State Ministry of Justice and the law firm. The professional fee was said to be for negotiating and drafting the road contract agreement for the state's reconstruction of Port Harcourt Road, Aba. The ministry, led by the Attorney General Ikechukwu Uwana, sought the approval of Government Otti for the disbursement of 50 million naira, which was brought down from 60 million naira following further negotiation. The letter from Uwana specifically noted the complexity of the transactions, justifying the fees for securing the best possible rate for the road project. In 2022, the owner of the law firm, Ahia, donated 2 buses for Otti's governorship campaign in the 2023 election. He was also one of the lawyers who had represented the governor at the governorship election petition tribunal in the state. Speaking during an interview on Magic FM in Aba on Friday, Otti, through his special advisor on media publicity, Ferdinand Ikioma, explained why Ahia was awarded the contract. According to him, the State Ministry of Justice doesn't have a senior advocate of Nigeria who could do the negotiation on behalf of the government. I'm still trying to understand, do what negotiation really? I'm still trying to find out what is this. So I'm trying to get to the root of the matter. What is this contract that was negotiated? Who did the negotiation in the first place? Who are the people who had done? Is it to draw up a contract that you're looking for someone outside? I'm sure there were people that have been drawing up contract within, the state. Ken Ahia is a lawyer, and you can make enquiries. It's not only Abia that he renders services to. He's a senior advocate of Nigeria. I'm not aware of any senior advocate in the State Ministry of Justice. There are technical aspects to certain things that are handled by people who have the confidence. Yeah, but is this something? There might not be a senior advocate of Nigeria in the Abia State, judiciary, or what do they call it? what do they call that thing, that office, in the Ministry of Justice, yeah. But that doesn't mean that this thing has to be done by a senior advocate of Nigeria. Is this something really that somebody else cannot do? It's not a case that it's not litigation. I mean, that's usually when that advantage of being senior advocate or whatever comes in. If it's not a case, why really? And like I said earlier, it's all of these things are issues of conflict of interest, issues of ethics and all of that. There are certain things, because you are in a certain power, you just have to not do them, or because you're in a certain position, you just have to not do them. Otherwise, it doesn't come to it where you are unfairly enriching yourself. So because you have access to the governor, you're the governor's friend, or you've donated bosses before and stuff like that. So as much as possible, when one gets into position, these are things that one should just try as much as possible and not just be part of it. Because I'm still trying to read it, and still trying to see the rigmaroling about what is the justification for this money being paid really. What did you bring down? What was it that couldn't be done freely, that you couldn't get, within the government parastatal to be able to do it freely and get it done, that you now have to be paying someone outside, almost as if it's okay, I need to give you bribe, I can't give you bribe, so because of that, let me give you something so that you have something to do, even though so that something does not really have much power for the state or whatever. That's the kind of vibe it's giving, and honestly, it shouldn't be the kind of vibe that are gotten out there, because they always say, it is not enough to like they say in accounting, one must not only be above board, but one must be seen to be above board. You must be seen to be above and beyond all of those things. There are certain kind of confidence that is invested in certain people, and certain kind of belief and hope that is invested in certain people, that you shouldn't do anything remarkably close to what the others are doing or stuff like that. But I know some will say, okay, yeah, but what's from but yeah, so those are the things. So certain things, they know they just gel. It's better to just avoid them. Ken Agia is a lawyer, and I think I've read that. When asked by the reporter, maybe Sahara reporter's story was fake, he said it's not fake. He was paid. You can't even scandalize the government. What we are doing is verifiable, and the governments are there. Yeah, the government are there. There's a statement that says payment has done on day. But the thing is, that is it justified? Is that contract justified? Is it the best thing for the people of Abia State? In everything that I think people should do, whether you're in government is something, just like when you're running your own business, is it the best thing that will give you profit? If this was a private business, would this contract have been doing? Would it have been justifiable to give this contract or give this money or whatever it is? It's not that to say that, oh, there's a paper alluding to the fact that something has been. I'm even still trying to find, okay, what was this negotiation that was done? How much was it brought down to? Was it worth it, or it's just there in paper? While there's a state ministry of justice to secure professional services, some residents asked why the government decided to choose a private law firm owned by his friend for such project. And these are very valid questions. Why do you need? Telling us that there's no SAN in the Ministry of Justice, it doesn't solve anything. It's not everything that a SAN does. It's not everything that a SAN is needed. Yeah, a SAN is just that kind of a title. If it goes for litigation, there are cases they are called first because they are SAN now. But it doesn't mean that the work it doesn't needed a SAN for it to be done. If it was something that could be done with the Ministry of Justice, then why are you paying this money out there? That particular amount of money will go a long way in solving some of the problems, of people within that state. Questioning Otti, a resident said, does the governor have the statutory power to unilaterally award negotiation contract when there is F and GPC that is legally constituted and imbued with the powers to negotiate contracts? Where is the evidence of competitive bidding as required by the Procurement Act? Exactly. These are some of the questions. So if you say that yes, you need, okay, you have a right to give this, the person has the right to do. Where is that competitive bidding? Did you open it to the public? Like, hey, we are looking for lawyers that are going to help us do this. Can you apply? Let everybody apply. Let everybody get that job on a fair, on a level playing ground, not on the ground that, oh, he had helped the governor with bosses and all of that. Where is the evidence of competitive bidding as required by the Procurement Act? Given that Ken Ahia San is the governor's personal lawyer who has been representing his private interests and also donated vehicles to his 2023 election campaign, could this be divorced from conflict of interest as envisaged by the law setting up ICPC? So these are some of the things. Conflict of interest is very important. What is the job of the lawyers in the Ministry of Justice maintained by the state government at very high cost? How many other road projects contracts have Ken Ahia negotiated for Abia State government, and at what cost? Was there any budgetary provision for this, transaction? These are very germane questions. These are very serious questions that need to be asked, and that the government of Alex Otti needs to answer. These are very serious, critical questions that need to be there. Governance is not just about, okay, yes, I'm doing this. No, and please, people, remember, eternal vigilance is the price that you pay for democracy. What is most important is that you must continue to hold public office holders accountable and monitor their every move, because remember what they say, absolute power corrupts absolutely, and that must not be allowed to happen. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.